Hello, my name is Allison Malone. I am the librarian and director of learning resources here at the Arkansas State University Three Rivers Library. Today I will be taking you on a tour of um, Bloom's Literature Database. And to do that, what we want to do is start at library.asutr.edu and hit enter. And that will take you to our library homepage, where you will notice that there are two access methods to getting to databases. The databases on campus link will be used if you're physically on campus. So you could click that link, and this is what it looks like. There are 18 some subject categories here that you can search for books and journal articles and ebooks and things. And then we've got databases off campus link. So if you're physically located off campus, you'll click that link and enter the last 5 digits of your student ID number in the first box, including any leading zeros, and enter the last 4 digits of your student ID number and click Submit Request. For the purposes of this demo, I do have a dummy password that I can use, and I'll click Submit Request. This is our landing page for the databases off-campus page. What you'll want to do is scroll over to your left and down to see the literature and the arts category, and underneath that is Bloom's Literature. So we'll click on that link, and this takes you to Bloom's homepage. Bloom's Literature is a subject-specific database covering literature. Note that there are several subject sliders on your homepage, one to the most studied authors, one to the most studied works, and one to the most studied characters. And then one to popular or featured videos in the database. InfoBase produces Bloom's Literature, and they also produce films on demand, so you'll get a lot of text and films and JPEGs and different icons and things as well in this database. But you can search or browse, I should say, by authors, works, or characters. Now, Bloom's does provide critical essays and character analysis on more than 49,000 major and minor literary characters. So you can search the full index of authors, works, or characters. So it is very visual. And then under resources, we have several things I'll point out on the main page as we go back to home. Under resources, there is an essay topics, which offers over 10,000 questions for discussion and writing guidance on how to write good papers on the most frequently studied authors and works. The Literary Classics ebook shelf presents more than 1,000 classic works of literature, all in full text. Bloom's does present in-depth full-text entries on literary movements, literary themes, and timelines, and discusses historical events that help place literature in context. Bloom's also features over 2,000 full-length poems, and there are more than 4,000 author interviews from Publishers Weekly from 1989 to the present. So these interviews are very important, and these have been saved here along with the podcast. And I'll show you what a podcast looks like. We'll go into Jane Ashford. And here is the icon for the podcast here. If we go back home, you'll notice that the topic centers help you write according to movements and different genres of literature there. And if we go back home, the How to Write About. This How to Write About section offers strategies to writing good essays about the most studied authors and how to tackle different essays, such as how to write about themes or characters, or writing about form and genre, writing about language, symbols, and imagery, writing about history and context, and writing about philosophy and ideas, or how to write the comparison and contrasting essays. So there is some good writing information provided here, how to develop thesis statements, outlines, body paragraphs, introduction, conclusions, and I'll show you how to cite, and there are some sample essays as well. Going back to the home page, Bloom's Literary Canon contains the full content of hundreds of books from Bloom's Literary Canon, or his reference collection. And on the home page, you can also get to an All Things Shakespeare Center. Under Curriculum Tools up here at the top, there's Tools for Students, which presents articles on how to cite sources, evaluate online resources, how to write a research paper, and how to avoid plagiarism. Although Bloom's does provide browsing entry into the database, you can also search for a known character, author, or work. For example, we're going to search for Wuthering Heights. And you'll notice here that we have results which fall under the reference, literary criticisms, literary works, images, videos, and timelines. Here's your How to Write About her, or her play, or work, and how to do an overview or synopsis, a thematic or structural analysis, and topic and theme. So these are some good help here. But what I wanted to show you is when you go to, say, literary criticism, you go to its origin, for example, and then when you drill down to the articles, you will see that you have the ability to save, print, share, download, cite, read aloud, or save to Drive. Save to Drive is the Google account, and the share to will share to the Google Classroom. But under citation, this is what you want to grab for your research papers. And if you are an Associate of Arts or General Studies, we recommend that you use the Modern Language Association. Most of your sciences will use the APA style, and your more advanced doctoral papers will use Chicago Manual style or Harvard. But under MLA style here, it's the 8th edition. So you can copy, highlight that, and copy it with a Control-C. And then you can go down here and open up a Word document and type your references list. I'm aligning left here. I'm going to Control V to paste that in there. And then we know that these are double spaced and indented. So that would be your reference there. And if you had more than one reference, you would alphabetize them by last name. And if there is no last name, then by the title. But that's basically how to do a citation and how to search blooms. What I'd like to do now is show you my contact information. If you should have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact me. It's 501-332-0208, or I'm at amalone@asutr.edu. Thank you for joining me today, and have a nice rest of your day.